Okay, I have to say, you guys are true geeks, and I absolutely love you for it. We've been talking a little bit on the past few shows, trying to help some listeners out with some AirPlay stuff. So, back in the day, we had Airport Expresses, right? And they were awesome for hooking up to a stereo. They came with a 3.5 millimeter output jack, and you could plug into a set of powered speakers or a receiver or anything analog and basically turn that into an AirPlay receiver. And it was really, really great. And a lot of us used that until, of course, Apple discontinued the Airport Express. And so ever since then, people have been looking for various solutions to kind of continue that technology. And we've been talking about a couple of them. Last episode, I think I talked about a product that somebody pointed out to me that's from Belkin that does exactly that, but with AirPlay 2 support. And you can get HomeKit integration built in with that, but it was a little bit expensive. It was on the pricier side. I think it's currently selling for $79 US. Normally goes for $99 US. And of course, I had a bunch of you kick in with, hey, that's great, Adam, but there's less expensive solutions and even some DIY solutions that you can do that'll save you some money and kind of get you the same net results, or for the most part. So Andy sent me an email and said, hey, I've been using actually just my old Apple TV, or you could even go with an inexpensive Roku and accomplish the same thing. So he pointed out you can get a Roku Express right now for about $30 US. So you get all the Roku features or the Apple TV Plus features, plus you can kind of use this for your audio gear. Now, in order to do this, because those devices do not have a 3.5-inch out or any kind of analog out, you'll need to get an optical to analog interface to convert like the HDMI or the optical out signal back into something you could connect into a stereo receiver or a set of powered speakers. But if you look online, probably check mono prices where I would go, but you can also just go on Amazon, find optical to analog interfaces for about $15. So for about $45 in total, $30 for the Roku and another $15 for this converter, or maybe even less. Maybe you just need the converter because you have an old Apple TV lying around or something like that. You can get a solution where you can get AirPlay 2 support and you can plug in your speakers. So about half the cost of the Belkin product that I recommended last week. To me, this feels a little bit less elegant, right? It's a little more fiddly. You've got more components to deal with. But for a lot of people, it might be worth the savings. It's almost half the cost, right? So that's a significant savings. So I thought this was a great idea. And Andy's been using this solution for a while, it sounds like, and it's worked out great for him. So really appreciate you, Andy, for sending that along. Not only that, I had Russ email me and said, hey, I have a DIY solution that I've been using. There is a software that you could run on a Raspberry Pi, right? You can get a Raspberry Pi for what, like $15, something like that, $30, somewhere in that range. Volumio, I think that's how you say it, Volumio. I'll have a link to it in the show notes at machouse.com. Basically, run it on your Raspberry Pi. It turns it into like a headless audio receiver. It's actually an audio streaming app, but it does support doing AirPlay. Now, in this case, unfortunately, it's only AirPlay 1, so no HomeKit, and you can only stream to one destination. You can't do the multi-destination thing. But hey, if that's all you need to do, and that's all you want, this is a great solution and ultra cheap. You can DIY it with a Raspberry Pi. Now, if you do want AirPlay 2 support, it looks like there's another project called SharePort Sync. I'll have a link to it over on GitHub. And they do have a version, the non-release version right now, kind of the production version, the active working version of that, has limited AirPlay 2 support in the development branch. So you can go over there, check that out. Again, the stuff not for the faint of heart. It's going to be fiddly. You're going to have to do some tweaking and playing around. You're going to have to do some building. You're going to have to create your own SD card for the Raspberry Pi, flash an image, however you want to say it. But hey, if you want to build something yourself, if you're really into that DIY thing and you want to solve the solution on your own, there's some great options for you. And again, I love this community because of that. You guys are nerds, and And yes, we celebrate that. So thanks everybody for sending those in. If you have other solutions and other cool things that you're doing to solve this problem, continue to send them my way, maccast@gmail.com, and I look forward to them.